There are lots of reports coming out that Hamas was essentially pressured into this deal by its partners and did not want anything to do with it. And yet we're told they had no choice by Arab partners. So they took it. They have now gone back into Gaza with Israel no longer there and are gunning down anyone they view as a threat. Hamas is not happy with this. All of the remaining hostages have been released. It's monumental. The Israeli crowds cheering in the streets, the return of the hostages.
Wolf, I can tell you because it happened just moments ago. The announcement came that the hostages were in the hands of the Red Cross, and this entire crowd cheered at the top of their lungs. I'm surprised, honestly, you couldn't hear it from the rooftop of the hotel where you are now. It was extraordinary. We have seen this square, which has become a sort of focal point for the movement to bring the hostages home, just fill up in the last few hours. Some people came here as early as 4 or 5 in the morning before sunrise to guarantee that they could get themselves a place to witness history, Wolf, because that is what is happening here now.
It is historic. One more here, Jeremy Diamond from CNN, as the hostages are released.
I also have the names, Wolf, of these 7 Israeli hostages who have been released in just the last 20 minutes or so by Hamas into the hands of the Red Cross and who are on their way to this Israeli military base. And I'm going to read them out to you. They include Gali and Ziv Berman. These are 2 twins who were taken from kibbutz Kfar Aza on October 7th. Eitan Moore, who was working as a security guard at the Nova Music Festival that day. You have Omri Miran, a father of 2 young girls who has been held for more than 2 years now. He was taken from a kibbutz in this area as well. Matan Angres, an Israeli soldier who was also, I should note, held for a very long time with the American hostage Keith Siegel, who I interviewed earlier this year. Alon Ohel, who was also taken from the Nova Music Festival. He has now been released, as well as Guy Gilboa Dalal. That makes 7 Israeli hostages who have been released from Hamas captivity after more than 2 years being held by Hamas. We do not yet know what their condition is, but we do know that here at the Re'im military base is where they will receive an initial medical evaluation. Depending on their condition, they will either spend time with their families here, or if there's a sense that they need immediate medical attention, they will then be taken directly in helicopters to those hospitals in the Tel Aviv area.
All have now been released. There is, you should know, circulating online a story that Hamas killed all the female hostages so that they could not say the horrible things that were done to them. The female hostages were all released months ago, the few that remained. A lot of them were killed, but not all of them were killed. You do need to, just so we're keeping truth front and center here, the female hostages had been released. One more so you get a sense of how Hamas is handling this. This also from CNN. And I do have to say, as much as I criticize CNN these days for, I think, the tenor and tone and biases of its coverage, no news network in the United States is more capable of delivering the coverage they can on international events because of their global network. They've done very, very impressive, including diving into what Hamas is doing.
And yet, what I'm watching for is what Hamas is doing on the ground right now inside Gaza. It is consolidating control. Reports on the ground say it's rounding people up, killing other Palestinians that might present a threat. There have been some Palestinian tribal families that have worked with the Israelis, worked with the American-backed aid agency that has tried to get aid to Gazans, and anything that represents a challenge to Hamas's power seems to make it a target right now. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a real challenge for whatever security force they decide on inside in Egypt. The leaders can say, hey, we're going to send various different peacekeeping forces in, but those peacekeeping forces may have to fight to get territory back from Hamas. That could create violence that gives Israel a chance to restart the war again.
Hamas is dangerous. It is defeated. These are dangerous times, but also optimistic times. I do need to read you something. It's disturbing, just so you know. It's I realize there are kids listening and they can handle this, I think. It just gives you perspective here on the hostages. Eli Sharabi has been released. His first hours of freedom, he was one of the ones released earlier this year. A social worker led him to a room stocked with shampoo, toothpaste, and soap. In Gaza's tunnels, he had gone months without bathing. Now he could scrub off the grime of captivity. He sustained himself through his 491 days as a hostage by picturing the moment when he would rush into the arms of his wife and his daughters. But the tunnels had sealed him off from the world. Standing in daylight, he learned Hamas had murdered his wife and daughters in their home, in the safe room of their house on October 7th. The social worker hovered as he showered and changed to protect Sharabi now from himself. A number of the hostages who were released today are coming home with visions of seeing their loved ones who were killed on October 7th, 2023. So it's a bittersweet reunion for many of them, but still they are free. They are free. They are home. There are pictures now coming out, released. I've got the TVs up, CNN and Fox News all running the coverage of people so happy their families have come home. They are reunited. They are skinny, half-starved, some walking with limps. But they're home. And they're home because of the President of the United States of America. Because he decided to stand firm and force a deal. This is Benjamin Netanyahu in the Knesset earlier.
Mr. President, this week, Jews around the world are going to read the book of Ecclesiastes, Kohelet, in the Bible. The Bible has many miraculous moments. One of them was your decision to bomb Fordo. I think it was a pivot of history because it wasn't meant only to bomb Fordo. That action and your previous action of taking out Qasem Soleimani, the architect of death, I think that changed the balance of power in the world. You brought America back again to the driver's seat. Now, I said that we're going to read this week the book of Ecclesiastes. It's not a book of action. It's a book of meditations, of thought, of perspective on life and on death. And in this book, we read the immortal words of King Solomon. To everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven. Et milchama ve'et shalom. A time for peace and a time for war. The last 2 years have been a time of war. The coming years will hopefully be a time for peace.
Benjamin Netanyahu, a few more from him this morning.
Mr. President, thank you for all you have done for us. I have submitted your nomination to to be the first non-Israeli recipient of the Israel Prize, Israel's highest award. As to that other prize, just a question of time, you'll get it. But I want you to get the Israel Prize, our highest award, to our greatest friend.
Standing ovation there in the Knesset this morning before you woke up.
When others were weak, you were strong. When others were fearful, you were bold. When others abandoned us, you stood by our side. On behalf of the government and people of Israel, I thank you for your extraordinary friendship. Thank you for helping bring our hostages home. Thank you for supporting Israel's march to victory. Thank you for paving a path to peace. מכובדי נשיא ארצות הברית, ידידי דונלד, ברוך הבא לישראל,
President
ברוך הבא
of the
לירושלים,
United States, welcome to Israel, welcome to Jerusalem, welcome on this propitious moment.
בזמן הזה.
And blessed be those who have reached this moment, this momentous moment. It's a prayer from the Bible.
A little more from Netanyahu.
Mr. President, this week, Jews around the world,
Oh, sorry, wrong clip. This one.
the coming years will hopefully be a time for peace. Peace inside Israel and peace outside Israel. I look forward to continuing marching with you on the path we paved together with the Abraham Accords. Under your leadership, we can forge new peace treaties with Arab countries in the region and Muslim countries beyond the region. Abraham's children will work together to build a better future, a future that will unite civilization against barbarism, light against darkness, and hope against despair. And my friends, I believe that with President Trump's leadership, this will happen a lot faster than people think.
That's Benjamin Netanyahu. When we come back, the President of the United States, he's actually speaking as I go to commercial break. When we come back, we'll take some of his statements happening in Egypt. Momentous day in the Middle East.